Welcome to Meditations from the Mound, a ministry of the Chestnut Mound Church of Christ located in Chestnut Mound, Tennessee. My name is Carver Moore. I'm one of the ministers for the Chestnut Mound congregation. And in the time we have tonight, I want to look at the topic of free agency. If you're a big sports fan like myself, you see it happening all the time. You see players getting upset, getting dissatisfied with their current situation, so they ask to be released from their contract. Or their contract might expire and they're free to sign with another team. Same thing in college athletics. Players get unsatisfied with their school. They ask for their release. They enter what's known as the transfer portal. They're free to go and enroll in another school. I want to look at this, though, in regards to our Christian lives. Think about the person or persons that you know, that you love, that you care for, that is living in sin, that's never been baptized for the remission of their sins, or that person that has been baptized but's fallen away, that needs to be restored. Think about what you would do for that person to come back, for that person to obey the gospel. You'd do pretty much anything, wouldn't you? But guess what? It's not my decision. It's not your decision. And it's hard for me sometimes as a preacher, and I know it's hard for those of you that are watching this, because we try to preach to these people, we try to teach these people, talk to these people, we try to be an example to these people, yet they just don't understand what they have to do. But remember that term, remember the title of this lesson. It's called free agency. Let's take it a step further. Free moral agency. Free will. What does that mean? That means that as human beings, we have the ability to choose. We have the ability to choose what we're going to eat, what we're going to drive, what we're going to wear. But we also have the ability to choose whether or not we're going to accept the gospel. In Romans chapter number 10 and verse number 17, we're told, so then faith comes by hearing, and hearing, now listen to this, and hearing by the word of God. As a preacher, friends, that's all I can do, is preach the word of God to those people that are lost. It requires a level of patience. And for you as well, that's all you can do. Keep preaching the Word of God by your words, by your actions, just by the way that you live your life. In 2 Timothy chapter number 4 and verse number 2, Paul commands the young preacher Timothy to preach the Word, be ready in season and out of season, reprove, rebuke, exhort, with all long suffering and doctrine. Again, friends, that's all we can do for those people, is to preach the word. Think about Paul's missionary journeys. If you're with us at Chestnut Mound on Sundays, we're going through the book of Acts, chapter by chapter. And right now we're entering Paul's missionary journeys. He's traveling around to all these different cities, all these different countries. And he's encountering people, and people know him as a man that had been persecuting Christians. He was seeing a lot of resistance. Resistance on both sides. There was a lot of division. People didn't like him coming in. They thought he was upsetting the apple cart. But did it deter him, though? No. He kept right on preaching. He kept right on teaching. And when somebody would, or a group would abuse him in some way, he turned the other cheek. That made him want to do more. Think about when people reject us today, reject our teachings. Think about when those people close to you reject your teachings. Reject your invitations to go to church. Reject your invitations to listen, to watch spiritual content. Reject your invitations to sit down and study the Bible with you one-on-one. Does that deter you? It shouldn't. Everybody is a free moral agent. Everybody has the right to choose. Paul realized that. Friends, we need to realize that. That's one of the hardest lessons that I've learned in my almost 4 years preaching at Chestnut Mound, being one of the preachers at Chestnut Mound. In James chapter number 1, verses 13 and 16, James talks about free will a little bit. He talks about how God is not the one doing the tempting, but no, it's the person doing the tempting, the person allowing themselves to be tempted. Each person is drawn away by their own desires and enticed. Each person has the ability, whether or not that they're going to allow themselves to be tempted or they're going to run from that temptation. In Proverbs chapter number 16, in verse number 1, God talks a little bit more about this. In Proverbs chapter number 16, in verse number 1, we read, "The preparations of the heart belong to man, but the answer of the tongue is from the Lord." We're free to live our lives the way that we want to. But God's going to have the final say, friends, in the end. Think about that. I like to break down free moral agency in the following way. If I wanted to, I could go out here on the road and I could go 100 miles an hour in my car. I'm free to do that. But is that morally correct? That's where the morality comes in free moral agency. We've got to live by the laws of the land. And agency. We must remember who we're an extension of. We must remember who we represent by wearing the name Christian. Free moral agency. Remember that. Remember that we all have that. We all have the ability to choose, and isn't that a wonderful thing? But we must make sure that we choose things that God wants us to. That the gospel of Christ, that the Bible, they are written in the pages of the Bible. Friends, thank you so much for watching. I hope this lesson, I hope all of our lessons have been uplifting to you. I hope that if you like our lessons, that you'll subscribe to our YouTube channel, that you'll like our page on Facebook, then you can get all of our new lessons at any time. Thank you so much once again for watching. Stay safe out there in this wintry weather. Take care, and may God bless you.